Shit's in there. JB, hoes. What's up, y'all? Oh, you're good. Man, I love Facebook, but everyone was saying that they couldn't see us. You could see us? Oh yeah, but it was shit's weird. I swear they try to discourage people, bro. Like I'm finally getting some motivation to do this and everything glitches out. Hogs was on there with me. He's in here right now. Hogs, who I've had. Yeah, he was in there with me earlier. Just let him join. Let me see. I'm sending this to some people real quick. You know, I pick and choose who I send these TikToks to now, bro. I don't even want to talk to a lot of people. There he is. That's cool, man. So the ones that you said no to were 4, 6, 7, and 9. Which one are you gonna pick for absolute? I have made my final decision. Halfway house, shaking my hair. Number 9 and number 7. Number 9 and number 7. You're saying the citizen circle? I have heard of that. It's a good thing. I've heard they do good things for people. Right now, that flying high thing is good too. I think I got the wrong person, but I've heard good things. So I'm not, I'm gonna quit going into my experience and just talking about hoping they help other people in a different way. You ever talk to anybody from there? Flying high? Either one of y'all. I'm just curious. I never could get that dude to come meet up with me. He kept saying he was gonna, and I never got him to. What's up, YouTube? Yes. So we want to bring back some nostalgia, please. This is gonna be a good round. You better not leave me on the rock. I will not leave you in too long. Hell yeah. We from the same neighborhood. We part of the same organization. We're part of like the same background all the way around. And we were actually locked up together. And he was in institution using substances and everything. And then just one day he looked at me. He's like, "Bro, I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm tired of living day by day, chasing, running, looking, begging, asking." Who's this? He's like, "Man, it's time to make a change." What's up? And,
hello.
He's got going on 14 years sobriety now. He worked his
Andy,
way up.
I appreciate you subbing. Where am I from? Warren City, Youngstown, Ohio.
So basically, he's pretty much running a New Day recovery.
Awesome. What's up?
He kept telling me, "Bro, you need to do it.
I identify as Cap.
I wasn't in the right state of mind to get involved into the recovery. I wasn't ready for
Toyota
it.
Corolla 1988. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
So, I'm grateful for it. And I finally found what works for me.
Cash,
so I gotta be able to give it out to people who are struggling to find what works for them, too.
We need to go get a meeting.
You're gonna be there.
can tell you're focused.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's doing great.
So right now, I still got my job out at Labels Bread Company and all that. I've been for the past couple of weeks. I've been working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts and everything. So, just trying to get everything situated for my release day coming up.
I'm trying to go holding in Trumbull County, but I'm coming across a couple barriers. I reached out to some Youngstown dudes that the circle. It seems like the guys that are in place don't want to let me in. They're like, oh yeah, it'd be great to have you. It'd be great to have you. But they got me on spin cycle. Ain't nobody hitting my distance. I did the same thing in Trumbull County.
Damn, that's fucked. You feel like they're just spinning you, yeah.
And I'll talk to those guys for free. As far as keeping young guys from making bad choices and going to prison, I put it out there. I'll talk to you young guys for free. And
just to help.
Oh, that'd be cool, Hoax. And I'm not going to drop names, but you know the big dogs in Youngstown. And it's election time.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens after this election. That's going to be a big deal when the numbers hit tonight.
Oh yeah.
See, what I'm hoping to do is, like, you can get federal grants and things like that. One of them is called an ATR grant, which is an addiction resource treatment grant. What it is it's federal funding to open up sober living homes, to open up rehabs, things like that. And what I'm hoping to do is, once I get into my career, I want to try to look into one of these grants and open up sober living homes. And, I want to try to get in with, like, parole and probation and kind of, like, work with individuals struggling with addiction.
Weirdos.
And try, instead of them going straight to jail, try to get them into, like, my sober living homes as this is your last chance. It's either you choose recovery or you choose incarceration. And, I want to work with the probation department, the parole department, and everything. People struggling get the treatment they need instead of just getting put in a situation that's just as bad as the streets.
Right, it makes sense. And you would think parole and probation would welcome that as another resource.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what my experience is, there's dudes that have a lock on sober homes. They don't want nobody coming in. They don't want nobody getting a piece of the pizza. All right, it's my demo. I'm shooting it. I'm making all the money, et cetera, et cetera. They're in it for the wrong reason, man. There are people in that business for the wrong reasons. And they got it. They got a lock on it. In Niles, you drive down one certain street, you got all NAAA for housing, the whole 9 yards. What you laughing at, Frankie?
These fucking people on this other chat. I'm listening. I'm letting y'all do your thing. Go ahead. These fucking people are trolling me on YouTube. Maximus, stop it. They're trolling me on YouTube. Go ahead, dog. You're good, host.
Sure,
I think it's funny.
Jump in my lives and start talking shit. I'll just let them, because at the end of the day, I'm not even going to give them the energy.
Right. That's why I just laugh, because it ain't.
You know what I think's your greatest skill set since I've listened to you?
Huh?
You can wear a motherfucker out, but you're not going to stop knocking on the door.
Yeah.
So you talking about? Knock on the door till they let you fucking in.
Yeah. No, that's true though. I see what you mean. It's consistency too. What's up, Drew Grit? And JB, man, you're doing good too, bro. Both of y'all, man, I'm happy to see where you're at. You retired and you're just kind of in your next chapter. JB, you're about to be in your next chapter. You're fucking coming home.
Hey, Packy, you might have to speak up for me though, because if you get a bunch of ex-cons on the show, they're not going to be pro-CO.
No, you're good,
like,
bro.
Fuck that dude.
I already got you. No, I already you're good. I was just saying I got him, because I got too many people that we know from our area that's already said that he's a good dude as far as even being a CO. Like, no, he there's a stand-up COs and then there's fucking different types of COs. So I know what he's saying.
I think that's why I survived in there, because I kept it real. I respected dudes. I wanted to keep them from leveling up and see them go home and take care of their families. And some of them did that.
Yeah. Some of them made it home and things happened and all type of shit.
I had this young dude, he was ready to go back to Austin Town. I had a tattoo shop ready from the start, apprenticeship, and he fucked up. He leveled up, ended up going to Belmont because of the tune or whatever drugs he was fucking with.
Yeah,
so,
not really.
You take somebody right to the spot and say, I got you. Why does a young kid say, fuck it, I don't want your help? Because basically that's what he said.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, people that struggle with criminal thinking errors or substance abuse or anything along them lines, like, you can give the same. You can lead a horse to water, beer, but you can't make it drink. It's never truer than us type of individual, because you gotta truly desire a new way of life. You gotta truly desire recovery, because everybody around you can coach you through recovery. Everybody around you can teach you and guide you and direct you. But it's up to you. Are you going to actually listen and apply it to your life and your lifestyle? Or are you just going to let it go in one ear and out the other, because that's not where you're at mentally? And, you know, that's the hardest thing to break about addiction and incarceration, that mentality, that way of thinking. Because, you know, physical dependency only lasts temporary. Psychological dependency is a lifetime, you know, and it's a daily struggle. It's a daily battle. Am I going to fall back into old habits? Am I going to fall back into old ways? And, you know, you literally got to change.
You know what, finally, Free? As a CO, I conditioned myself every day for over 21 years to not fuck up and do the wrong shit. So every day, I lived one day at a time. So, but I made sure, don't fuck up and make no bad decisions that'll cost you. Did you just see that lawsuit out of Lucasville?
No, what happened?
There's an inmate out of Lucasville that's getting paid $500,000 because he was part of a use of force. The 4 or 5 COs ended up having to pay out because he ended up getting his head cut open. And he's one of the first dudes in Ohio that got paid $500,000.
Damn, that's like, yeah, I could see that. I've never heard of that much happening, but I believe it. A use of force.
Because
so
these body cameras changed the whole game.
Right. It's not no hearsay. She's, you know, he say, she say. It's like, this is what happened. I see it with my own eyes.
What I'm saying though is, if I gotta challenge myself every day to keep my job, an inmate should do the same thing and challenge himself to do the right shit. When somebody offers him some help,
Thank you for the beard comment.
where you can stay out of the way, make some money, et cetera, et cetera. I just don't understand how
I'm
a young
ignoring all
man
the trolls.
can get into his lane, stay in his lane. Like you're saying, that the addiction overcomes everything else, yes?
Yep.
Which is sad.
Because, you know, so really understanding addiction changes your brain chemistry. And, you know, everybody believed that dopamine, I got you, but it's got to be a second. Yeah, everybody believed that dopamine has something to do with the addiction itself. But, you know, more research and more studies led up to it actually teaches your body to want it, to need it, to crave it. It's actually
looking at these comments,
what
it's a
trains
bunch
you
of trolls.
to repeat
I
an
appreciate
action.
you for the bird.
And, you know, the flood of reward of dopamine in your brain when you use substances, or the thrill of getting away with something, and et cetera, is so much higher than a regular dose of dopamine if you're doing something natural, like spending time with family. And, you know, like, I wish I could get in a little bit more details about particular substances and the release that it does. But I can't really get into too much detail with that. But, you know, like, your normal dopamine is 100. Food increases it to 150. Being with your partner increases it to 200. White girl increases it to 350, and that go fast increases it to 1,250 times the normal dopamine release. So, you know,
that's true.
become adjusted and accustomed to having this substance in your system, to where you no longer feel pleasure out of normal activities of life. And, you know, it's just like riding a bicycle. Your brain will never forget that instant gratification and that reward.
No, that's true, because I remember in 05 when I was 15, the first time I did a line at some white girl, and I remember sitting there thinking, how the fuck did I not know about this already? Like, why is everybody lying to me? And it was wild, because I didn't actually start doing opiates till I was like 21. Or, you know, I didn't mean to say that, because I know TikTok don't like that. But my point is, yeah, that shit changed my life. So 15 was the first time for the white, and 21 was the first time for the brown. And both times were life-changing experiences. It released that. Come on, Maximus. Did you ever party, Hogs? Now, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, now that it's not like so serious, did you ever like to party, like drink, smoke, anything?
Back in the set, I never smoked no weed because I was always bouncing like Tigger.
Right.
And I ate a lot of speed when I was a kid.
Okay.
Down the street there was a guy that had a chop shop, and The mother was never home, and we always hung out there. So
Maximus,
back in the
let's
day,
go.
opium, black beauties.
Yep, Black Beauties. Yep.
I never did none of that shit. I just
Somebody-
ate weed.
Someone just said on YouTube, they said Mushies is where it's at. You know, Scylla. I can't say it, but
I got a buddy that's a big recovery specialist in Colorado, and he's a mushroom dude.
yes, and it helps.
He works. He represents members of the NFL, ex-players that are trying to get back in the NFL.
Yeah, I
think
believe
of his
that.
website. I might have mentioned it to you before.
He was just saying he
This guy
agrees
is
with that
making
UKG.
millions of dollars now representing players in the NFL that want to try to get back to the NFL. And
It-
finally, Free would love this kid. I'm going to make sure I get his website to you.
Come on.
So you can at least look
Come
at
on.
it. But he's into stuff that goes to the mountains, weird, really cool hippie shit.
Yeah, that's
because,
cool.
You know, they actually started microdosing with psilocybin.
Get out of the road.
You know, it actually opens up
Come on.
receptors and parts of the brain that are usually closed off, and that deals with your salience. It overrides your salience receptors to where
One, two.
things that normally wouldn't be
Come on.
catch our attention are opened up, and it allows more interpersonal exploring and things like that. So, you know, I've seen good results out of microdosing. And
Yes,
like,
me too.
anything and that's used properly, anything that can help you overcome something that you've battled with your entire life and never been able to be successful with, you know, I'm an advocate for it. But at the end of the day, if it's still causing you issues and problems like your DOC, it's pretty much you just substituting. And at the end of the day, like, that's never going to get you anywhere because you're just closing one door and open up the next.
That's
And
what I
like,
was saying with
you
the
know, that's
subs.
why I say I
But
struggle
they
with
work
instant
good.
gratification. That is my biggest addiction, is that right here, right now reward, because it doesn't matter if it's money, if it's substances, if it's women. If, you know, like, I've always struggled with that because as long as I got what I wanted right then and there, I was cool. But, you know, I hurt good people. I've destroyed relationships. I've poisoned my community. I've destroyed family members, you know, and now I realize.
I appreciate what you just said. And as a 60-year-old, I'm almost 60 years old. I look back and I was running into walls. I was wrecking trucks when I was in the Marine Corps. Everything was alcohol-related incident. I was a fuck-up. And it was fun, man. But until I learned what I was doing was hurting other people, just like what you just said, the light didn't come on until I figured out this is fucking hurting people I care about.
It makes sense. Okay.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Yeah, that's crazy, Hobbs. I had a feeling I didn't know. So you've had your own little struggle as it went with the like everybody could do that.
The
Drinking.
only reason I didn't have 6 digits on my number, the only reason I didn't have 6 digits is I didn't get caught.
Thank you.
Never
man.
got caught. Exactly.
Yeah. I respect that, man. I know what you mean.
I outran the highway patrol.
Damn.
And I said to myself,
I ain't know that.
if they're going to get me, they're going to have to work for it. And I beat them because I got back in the neighborhood and I knew the geographics better. If it wasn't for that night, I would have been probably level 1 for sure.
Damn, that's crazy, Hobbs. I didn't know that. I believe it though. That's tight because people have different walks of backgrounds, walks of life, going through the same shit. So, you know, it's like people would never. I always wondered. I'd lay in my rack and be like, I wonder what that CO so and so does when he or she goes home. Like, are they? And I used to remind myself, like, yeah, they're people too. You know what I mean? But at the time, it kind of almost seems like robotic. Like, the way, you know what I mean? It's like out of sight, out of mind. If you're only seeing somebody in there right now as a CO, and you don't never see what they do when they go home, it's kind of like intriguing in a way. I don't know.
I tell you what I want to bring up to you guys, and I want to ask your personal opinion because you both did time and you did it a certain way.
Yeah.
A lot of guys I know, you know how they say COs, they get out and they die within 9 years after they retire, if that. A lot of COs, I started drinking as a CO. And I started drinking every night because I had to hang out with you fucks for 8 hours every day. And it wasn't 124 you, it was 40 of the 124. Which it made me have to do my job. 40 guys in a block, which are, you know, guys that want to stay, make the money, do the dumb shit. It's cat and mouse.
Yeah,
here's my point. Over 21 years.
Yeah, man.
I de-escalated when I got home when I would have 2 drinks of whiskey. 2 turned into 3. 3 drinks of whiskey on the rocks is fucking a half a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
So you guys need to consider, or I guess you can because you're mature enough to understand what we do for a living. Because I didn't say, hey, man, I can't wait to be a CEO. I fell into that shit because I needed a job. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got a college degree, but I work well in that environment. But my point is, don't think that we don't have the same demons you guys got from being in the same place as you guys are.
PTSD and shit. I already know. I heard that. You guys got walking around in the same paranoid environment. I know damn well you're sitting there thinking anything could happen at any time. And in a way, it's like in a way, how you want to look at it, it's like your enemies, even though you might not be. That it's, you know, it's always us against you guys or you guys against us. It's how it feels. Even if sometimes you form bonds and relationships where, okay, that CO's cool, or that CO does something for that convict. Yeah, that's always there. But in the back of your mind, it's like,
there was a part of my career when I walked in the door in a block, guys were saying, whoop, whoop, whoop. He's here, Hope is here.
Yep.
Put your shit away, cover it up.
Yeah, floor's
if
wet.
I can get it, I'm gonna get it. But if you're really smart with what you're doing, it's layered, man. You guys got 2 or 3 layers of the cake before I get to the money. Right? So I can't fuck with you because you ain't even got the money no more. It's 4 doors down, it's wherever the fuck it's at.
Yeah,
but you see,
makes sense.
Inmates got dumber over the years where they don't give a fuck. I mean, it's like the wine game in prison, and I've said this before. Mm-hmm. If you want to make money in the prison game, and you got money to finance it, I call them drug boats, just like the drug boats in Miami, Florida. You put 4 boats out, 2 on the bottom range, 2 on the top. 50. You pay 4 guys $50 to get it started. So there's $100 going on the bottom, $100 going on top. 2 boats get busted on the bottom range because dudes that are smart store their shit up top because the smell fucking obviously travels. If you hide yourself right and 1 boat makes it home, you're making $400, $500, $600 fucking dollars. Who cares if you lost 3 boats?
Absolutely.
1 boat came home.
People don't realize how much money's in there. I know JB knows too. And yeah, you're right. If you put out 4 and even 2 or 3 get back, it's cool because you're gonna lose money. Everybody knows you're gonna lose money, and you gotta pay somebody to hold it. You gotta put money into it to put the sugar. But in the long run, if everything goes smooth and you get them gallons back, and then you take the time to turn it into clear, you can literally make upwards of $500, $600 on 1 good batch. And I'm not exaggerating. They were selling honey bears for $40.
I never even wrote wine tickets. I would
dump it out.
I'd let you dump it in your toilet. You lost that round.
That's cool.
If we ain't cool, I'm gonna take it to the showers so everybody sees the shit.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. And then you're gonna get done because you just fucked the money up.
Yeah, that shit's there's a lot of dudes checked in for that. As soon as it happens, well, what am I gonna do now? I just got caught. Now this organization's mad at you and they're you're gonna owe them money and shit. And I've seen a lot of videos of that happening with people with cell phones. There's a video of a dude telling him you owe me $5,000 and it was for a couple phones. And they got him cornered in the room and they're filming it, more or less saying you owe us $5,000 right now. Actually, he said some weird shit to him. He said $5,000 or we're gonna do something else. And they was talking about some strange shit. And dude was just petrified. But I don't know the backstory, but somehow he owed this gang $5,000 and they wanted it right now. You know what I mean? That shit's wild.
There's a way to bet. There's a way to do your time. You guys did good time. You knew how to do your time. These young kids today, would you agree with the fact a lot of these young kids don't know how to do time?
100%.
They think general population time is like segregation time to them. A guy can go to SEG. I can understand how he could fucking lose his mind. 6 months on a fucking DC, whatever. But Jesus Christ, man. You're in GP population and you can't do time. It's reflective. The COs are the same way. The COs can't do time either. Period. Yep. Nobody knows how to do fucking time. We're dinosaurs.
Everything's
changed. Whether you like it or not, finally free, you're a fucking dinosaur. Mackie, you're a fucking dinosaur.
Bro. I know.
Folks, I was a dinosaur.
Because we're part of the old
thing. 10% that are dinosaurs. Everybody else is in the fucking way.
You know how I know this? Because when I came down in 2017, it was the way it was. And by 2020, 2021, my entire surroundings flipped itself on its head. So I actually watched the Ohio prison system turn itself into what it is now. And why I say that, I felt like I was a part of that last wave of people seeing prison for what it was. Because as I came down in 17, I'm watching them put more cameras in the blocks. They're bringing us GTL tablets, this and this. They're putting rules on this. They're putting fences around this so they can't throw shit. They're putting drone blockers. They're putting phone blockers. Everything I just named, I watched it all getting put in. Kiosks. And by the time I went home, everyone else that came down with the 1,000 numbers behind me, that was the only prison they knew. So I watched it change, and I'm like, damn, I can only imagine how it was 10, 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
it was wide open, man. It was wide open.
It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't like 25 years ago we were looking the other way. But the
Right.
caliber of inmate, I mean, believe it or not, gambling was the biggest vice in prison. If you ran a ticket for the whole joint and you did it correctly, you made a ton of fucking money. See, once in a while, we have to stop the game. And when you guys were doing fucking up here and there, I take all the money out of the block, which would do what? You're on lockdown, money's all gone. The money, I mean, 3 garbage bags full of tobacco, pop, all your candies, all your fucking Zooms, the whole 9 yards. I could slow a block down right fucking now. But we don't have enough COs that'll cripple a block no more. Nobody knows how to cripple a block.
2 people in there is crazy anyways. Like, I never understood how that would feel. Like, 2 COs at the desk with, what, 1 to 200 people in a block? Lebanon had up to 300, 250, I think it was. 250 on 3 ranges with 2 COs. But at the drop of a dime, they can have 15 COs in there. I know you know that, JB. Like, if they hit that man down, they're coming from every block, case managers. Dude, they got people coming from everywhere. So in a split second, they're going to have 15 COs, and some of them are SRTs. But until that happens, it's 2 COs against 250 people. Like, that's crazy.
Right. And of those 250 people in Lebanon, only 60 of them were probably in the mix.
Warren City, Youngstown, Ohio.
Everybody else was probably terrified.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I remember how you broke it down like a pie. You said this many is scared,
40,
this
40,
many.
and 40.
Yeah, 40, 40. That's
40
crazy.
40 are terrified, 40 are all blow, no go, and the other 40 are gangsters.
It's nuts. And I learned that all blow, no go thing with a lot of dudes who was so jacked and they carried themselves a certain way. And whether it was something I was involved with them or whether it was something I watched happen with them, I learned early on there's dudes who work out just so that they will be left alone. And when it comes down to it, the skinny little dude has more heart than the big dude sometimes, and they drop. What do they say? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. That shit's real, yeah.
I remember a dude came off the bar, pull-up bar, and he kissed his biceps, and he goes, "Oh, you'll never look like this," because he was fucking huge. And I said, when I take these keys off my belt, those fucking Folger Adams keys, and smash you in your face, you can fucking. I've never seen you working out on your fucking face.
Get out of here, Robert. What up,
So there is a violence. Violence, it counts in prison. It counts. There's a place for violence.
It has to be. It's a part of the pecking order. That's why I said my first day at Lebanon, I already know you know where I'm going with this, JB. When I was asked to do certain things, part of me didn't want to do it. I'm thinking, well, this dude didn't do nothing to me, but I have to because it's part of the game, right? Well, when I came out, everyone on the range was watching from the 3rd range, the 2nd range, every dude from other organizations, probably like 10, 15 people, and they're all looking at me, nodding their head, like looking at me and Shit Truck coming out of the room. But as what it processed in my mind is I'm glad that the whole block just seen it, because I've only been there for 5-8 hours, and they just seen what I did where we had to run in on dude. And even though I didn't want to do it, it cemented them to say, like, no, I might not be the biggest, baddest, but they seen I got off the bus and got my hands dirty immediately. And that's a good thing, especially in a level 3, because they're going to be like, all right, he's going to go do it, go if he got to. You got some dudes that get asked to do shit, they say no, and then they get stomped out, and they say, well, fall back. We don't want you fucking with us.
Yeah, we call it a heart check. Basically, it's making sure that your heart's in the right location. If you say you one of us, you say you're going to run with us, you say you're going to ride with us, well, prove that shit. Go handle this. Show that you're really down for the cause. Show that you're really down for the move. And then that's what it is.
COH,
check the heart. I did it. When I went to Mansfield, I did it. When I went to Lebanon, I did it. Everywhere I've been, I did it to show that, this is what I am and what I'm not, I'll never be. But at the end of the day, I literally threw good days away. I literally went to the hole for shit that I didn't even really care about. It was just because that was the way the chain of command, or say the way the institution worked, So nowadays, like,
let me ask you a question. Going back 10, 15, 20 years, you know how you guys talk about there's rules. If I got a beef with a dude, we're going to go in a cell. We're going to do nothing but body shots. We're putting a TV underneath the fucking bed. Anything that makes money, we're putting it on the bed. You either take your win, take your loss, or you got to stay bundled up for a couple days.
Yeah.
And that's without telling on yourself.
That's
saying
respect for that.
Me up, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
That's acceptable levels of. I didn't condone it. I'd address it if it was in front of me.
Right.
But here's my point, or my question to you. Extreme levels of violence are not good. Which means if you take a fucking fan motor and put it in a sock and go in with 3 of your dudes, and it's a blood spill kit all over the walls, the ceiling, all that other shit. Because these young kids today know one thing. If I present an extreme level of violence, it will influence. Fear will influence. But fear actually fucked the money up.
Sideshow Bob.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. And it's a level, though.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. These do a lot of damage, dude. I've seen people get fucked up with these. Like, and that fan motor, everything. You know, go ahead, JB. I was just saying, that shit's dangerous, bro. It's different than using your fist.
You're good. I actually rode down to Lebanon with my homie Animal. He part of the fam out of Cleveland and shit. And so there was an SO down there. And this SO owed out some money and whatnot. So dude actually pulled up on him and gave him 2 caps of tobacco and 1 cap of loud. And was like, hey, man, I need you to handle dude's playing with my money. What did dude do? He went, tore his fan apart, took that motor, put it in the corner of his laundry bag, his commissary bag, tied it in a super tight knot, walked up and busted off on this dude and put a gaping hole, you know what I'm saying, with that motor over, maybe $110 is what he did it for? Right. So you're 100% right. Money and violence go hand to hand because, if you're doing your 1-2s and you look like you're weak or you look like you could be an easy target, you're not going to be able to do that anymore because everybody's going to come and take everything you got. But if they see that you're doing your 1-2s and you're not somebody to fuck with, that you're willing to stand on your own, that you're willing to stand up for what's yours, they're a lot more slow to try to take that challenge on. Don't get me wrong, people will still try. But at the end of the day, like, it's either you can be labeled as a soft-ass bitch or you can do what you need to do to maintain and survive. And, I've done extremely violent things while I was incarcerated, kind of along the lines of what you were referring to. But, at the end of the day, like, that shit got me absolutely nowhere except more heartache, got my security level raised.
That one situation got you more time added on.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, now I reflect back on these decisions I was making and everything. I'm like, man, that shit was stupid. For what? For a bunch of people that I'm never in my life ever going to see again.
Exactly. I used to remind myself of that. Like, yeah, we're here. We're, our commodity, our brotherhood, our vision of each other, a reflection of each other, all that. But once you go home, a lot of them dudes ain't even going to care. I get what you're saying. It's confusing. That's why I said before I got brainwashed with that lifestyle. But when you just said that, it reminded me of a dude at Lev in E. Edward. Every day he was sick. If he couldn't get his strip and he was in a bad mood, he would go down, walk in this, SO's room, grab his TV and say $30 or on the Cash App 2 hours. And he'd walk out. And dude would send the money and he'd say, nice doing business with you. And he'd give him his TV back. And dude sent it every time. And he really wasn't even burning him up.
Wild case, right?
Yeah, he had a wild case. He was doing life. He had like a something with kids. It is what it is. Me neither. I just think it's funny.
Got a shit back. You gonna send me that Cash App and I'm keeping your
shit. And that's what's wild is I said that. I said, you already know you can keep it. He ain't gonna say shit. He's probably used to it. He goes, yeah, but this is a business deal. He goes, I'm thinking in the long run. He's like, I'm here for 10 years. He's here for life. He's like, I've done this like 7 times, bro. And he sends the money every time. He can have his TV back. He's like, when I need him, I'll go get it. I'm like, bro, you're off the fucking chain for that. Like, that shit's just
fuck
crazy.
That. You gonna send me money. I'm keeping your TV.
What up, Richard? Are you from the Dub? That's what's up.
That's fucking food chain shit right there. That's
yeah.
what we lost. Fuck them. That's where the system, part of the reason the system's upside down. Those fuckers think they gotta fucking play in everything that happens. They ain't got no choice in shit.
I'm just letting y'all know. So I'm on TikTok, and I do this once in a while where I'll get on here, and I fucking end up getting on 2 lives, and it's kind of hard to keep up with it, right? It's to the point like right now I'm live, but I'm also I have like 3 guests on my TikTok, so I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I don't know. I always make this like my backdrop back then. But I do need to go live on just YouTube at some point today where I can actually sit there and conversate with people. But I've been getting trolled all day on here, so I don't even care. Everybody's just mostly trolling the fuck out of me. So I'm kicking it in my little man cave today.
You know what time it is. It's on site every time we see you like this. And like they literally would start walking around like 2, 3 at a time. Like, bro, you're not about to walk around this bitch like your shit don't stink. Y'all fucked up. Y'all know what you did.
I'm from Warren,
and if you want that issue, go ahead and try it again.
Yeah,
right.
I get it. Thunder Buddies and Black Roses live forever.
That's crazy. That's a real thing.
Yeah,
I don't think people know about that.
Fucking fight. Some of the boys can fight.
Hey, there was one named Courtney at Richland, and it was a dude.
Yeah.
And bro,
boxer.
He was a boxer, but he wanted to be a girl, and he told everybody like, "I am a girl," and we're all like, "Well, you know, you're a dude, but he wants to be a girl. Okay, whatever." Especially nowadays, we're living in that. So people would refer to Courtney as a girl, acted like a girl, sounded like a girl, tried to look like a girl, but when some shit would happen, people were actually scared because
knocking shit out,
bro. And
he was from Canton, bro.
He had yep, that's him. He was from I thought he was from Akron, but they're right outside of each other, so it probably is the same dude. He had a boyfriend, and they got into an argument one day, bro, and he beat him so bad. I actually felt bad for like dude was begging him to stop, and they had a full-blown domestic violence on the softball field. No COs around, bro, and it lasted for like 5 minutes, dude, and it was crazy. He looked like Quasimodo. His whole face was all fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah,
and he was a Thunderbird
boxer, bro.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Once in a while, you see an old gangster laying down with that fucking kid.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Yeah, they're all.
Hey, there's some guys that play that gangster shit all day, 24/7. They're laying down with that motherfucker.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was down in Ross. I actually did a video about him. Old man Tommy. This was one of the most shrewdest, cold-hearted unaliver I've ever met in my life. And you know, like this dude was cool as shit, but like if you got on his bad side, he was nothing to play with. He was about 70 years old. And one day I see him and one of the fucking weirdos coming out of his selling shit. I'm like, oh man, but he had 5 consecutive life sentences. So, you know, at the end of the day, like he ain't ever seen freedom, so he's gonna do what the hell he wants to do and wish a motherfucker would say something to him about it.
I just let you in here, Richard. Who you talking about, JB? And I just let somebody else come in. I'm gonna introduce him in a second. But what was you just talking about?
What was I talking about? I was talking about old man Tommy that I was down in Ross with.
Tommy.
Like one of the most cold-hearted unalivers I've ever met in my life. But you know,
he been down a while, like some years, like 20, 30 years probably.
I can't hear you, bro.
No, I said he probably was down for a while, huh? This dude right here, I just let in.
He's been down since like the 70s.
Lorraine, Richard. Oh wait, it's Lorraine. Is that hold on. What's up, Rich? Richard. You there? It's Lorraine. Is you talking about your family with the Lorraine? Some like just a little. I don't know what these people on YouTube are talking about. They're like all just trolling me and saying weird shit. None of it even makes sense. I think these are bots. A whole bunch of bots. What?
Nobody can hear you, bro. Like you're super muted.
Hold on. Let me put my earpiece in. All right. Hold on. Hey, you know how they got fake bots that'll come in your chat and fuck with you, and they're designed to like troll you? I think that's what's going on YouTube. It don't seem like nobody normal has said one single thing. Maybe one person, I think, from the city from New Jersey.
What up?
Hey, one of these days I'll get down that way. We'll go get some lunch or some shit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm down for that.
I don't know what your schedule's like. Once you're at work, are you in there for 8-10 hours, like you said?
Yeah. So the past 2 weeks I've been working 7/12s, but this week I'm only doing 6/10. So They screwed me too. They flipped my schedule from 3:45 in the morning to 3:45 in the morning. So now I'm getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to work and shit. But
Yeah.
no,
But you know,
so
you're a tough guy. You can handle that shit. You're gonna handle it.
Yeah.
Javier, what up? Fuck are you talking about? Hey, y'all weird. I'm out of here. Y'all weird. I ain't getting on here until later. My bad, y'all. I'm getting off YouTube. It's a bunch of fucking weirdos, dude. This is where all the people that need to have their computers looked at. Y'all a bunch of weirdos.